This is for the little people of Kosovo. My name is McClain-Nhlapo. I'm a Senior Operations Officer at the World Bank, and I work in the Human Development Network within the Social Protection Unit at the bank. And my role at the bank is to find ways to include disability into bank operations. I've worked mainly in the area of East Asia and the Pacific region, but I've also worked in the Africa region. I think it's very important for us to recognize that the CRPD is now the global framework for the inclusion of people with disabilities. And I think what's very important about the CRPD is that does it not only talk about economic and social rights, but it also talks about international cooperation. So it links both the rights and development, which is a very important aspect of the convention. I think another very important aspect is that we now have an article specific on women with disabilities. And this is an issue that really is very important. I think we need to be careful that we don't only think about women with disabilities in the context of the article, but that we look at women with disabilities in the context of all of the articles in the convention. So if we're thinking about education under Article 24, we need to think about what we mean in terms of educating girls with disabilities. I think we've heard from the Conference of State Parties in the last day or so that women with disabilities face a variety of types of discrimination. They face discrimination because they're women, they face discrimination because they're poor, and they also face discrimination because they're disabled. And I think understanding that intersection between gender and disability is a very important one. I think one of the good things that I take away from this meeting is that there is definitely an increased momentum in terms of learning and doing work on women with disabilities. And I'd like to commend little people of Kosovo for the fact that they have continued to show leadership on the issue of women with disabilities. It's an important area, and it's an area that we need to make sure that we report on when we report on the Convention on the Rights of Persons with Disabilities. But beyond that, I think it's important that we start looking at what other inroads we have, how we can use the CEDAW Convention, for instance, to include women with disabilities, how we can use the Convention on the Rights of the Child to include the issue of girls with disabilities. I think this convention makes it very clear that disability is a cross-cutting issue, but we can't only focus on the Disability Convention. We need to focus on all conventions to ensure that disability is included in all aspects of human rights law. Thank you.
All together.